every conflict, whether it's financial, political, or diplomatic, there always are a number of conspiracy theories behind. Political power or strategic benefits. All disputes lead to loss or benefits. Yet, in today's world, whether we like it or not, we cannot avoid being part of this. In today's video, we have got something truly amazing for you. Get ready to explore 10 unique and shocking conspiracy theories surrounding the US invasion in Afghanistan, or some call it the war against terror. In the rugged terrain of Afghanistan, a war that spanned 2 decades unfolded, leaving an indelible mark on history. This is the story of the US-Afghan War. In the aftermath of the devastating 9/11 terrorist attacks on American soil, the United States, led by President Bush, launched Operation Enduring Freedom, its mission to dismantle the extremist group known as Taliban and deny safe haven to Al-Qaeda.
Good afternoon. On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against Al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan. These carefully targeted actions are designed to disrupt the use of Afghanistan as a terrorist base of operations and to attack the military capability of the Taliban regime. We are joined in this operation by our staunch friend, Great Britain. Other close friends, including Canada, Australia, Germany, and France, have pledged forces as the operation unfolds. More than 40 countries in the Middle East, Africa, Europe, and across Asia have granted air transit or landing rights. Many more have shared intelligence.
With a coalition of international forces, the United States deployed troops to Afghanistan, aiming to stabilize the country, rebuild its institutions, and promote democracy. While the US-Afghan war has predominantly been viewed from the perspective of the United States and its coalition forces on West, it's important to acknowledge the Taliban's side of the story. The Taliban, an Islamist group, emerged in the early 90s. In the wake of the Afghan civil war, the rise to power was fueled by a desire to establish their own interpretation of Islamic laws and rid the country of foreign influence. For Taliban, the US invasion in 2001 was seen as an occupation and a violation of Afghan sovereignty. They portrayed themselves the defenders of their homeland, fighting against what they viewed as an unjust foreign intervention. From their perspective, the insurgency was a struggle to protect Afghan traditions, culture, and Islamic values from what they perceived as Western imperialism.
We cannot afford to lose Afghanistan. Whatever the cost, however difficult the victory, we cannot afford it. We must win.
US armed forces fought relentlessly against the Taliban insurgency, facing difficult terrain and an elusive enemy. Their dedication and sacrifices were immeasurable. Billions of money was invested. Hundreds and thousands of troops were deployed. Hundreds and thousands of dead bodies were received across the world. And it was really something for the most powerful country of the world.
2014, therefore, is a pivotal year. Together with our allies and the Afghan government, we have agreed that this is the year we will conclude our combat mission in Afghanistan.
Beyond the battlefield, American soldiers sought to win the hearts and minds of the people of Afghanistan, providing humanitarian aid, promoting education, and supporting the development of infrastructure. Yet, as the years passed, the conflict became increasingly complex. The insurgency persisted and the mission evolved. The US-Afghan War became the longest war in American history.
I think Americans have learned that it's harder to end wars than it is to begin them.
Over time, public opinion shifted and the questions arose about the mission's goals and the progress. Debates sparked across the nation, challenging the effectiveness and the cost of war. After years of engagement, negotiations for peace gained traction.
We're getting out. We want to get out. We had good meetings with the Taliban, and we are going to be leaving, and we're going to be bringing our soldiers back home.
In 2020, an agreement was reached between the United States and the Taliban, setting the stage for a gradual withdrawal of the American forces.
My fellow Americans, the war in Afghanistan is now over.
As the last US troops left Afghanistan in 2021, the future of the country remained uncertain. The Afghan people faced new challenges with the hope that their own resilience would guide them towards a better tomorrow. The US-Afghan War leaves behind a complex legacy, a chapter in history that shaped nations and lives. Throughout the course of the US-Afghan War, various theories have emerged, attempting to shed light on hidden agendas and strategic power plays. From the allegation of involvement in the drug trade to rumors of captivating hidden treasures, critics have accused the United States of waging war to establish itself as an everlasting superpower. Let's explore the multifaceted narratives that have shaped this pivotal chapter in the history of United States as well as the people of Afghanistan. The first of the conspiracy theories was the poppy fields conspiracy. Some people believe that the US government had a hidden agenda in Afghanistan's opium poppy fields. They propose that the US military presence was driven by a desire to control and profit from the lucrative drug trade. The pipeline agenda. According to this theory, the US invaded Afghanistan to secure its vast natural resources, particularly oil and gas reserves. They believe the mighty mountains of Afghanistan must have hidden natural resources. Supporters argued that the American corporations would benefit from the construction of pipelines in the region. Strategic location theory. It is speculated that the US aimed to establish military base in Afghanistan as part of a broader geopolitical strategy. The goal? To encircle and exert influence over neighboring countries like Iran, Pakistan, and undoubtedly the biggest competitor of America on the race towards being superpower, China.
If I wanted to win that war, Afghanistan would be wiped off the face of the earth. It would be gone. It would be over in literally in 10 days.
The permanent war theory. Advocates claim that the United States intentionally prolonged the war in Afghanistan, maintaining a state of perpetual conflict. Their alleged reasons include increased military spending, expanded government surveillance, and justification for global military interventions. The Taliban support allegation. Shockingly, some believe that elements within the US government covertly supported or even facilitated the rise of the Taliban in ongoing conflicts to justify military interventions and profit from the military industry complex. The false flag attacks theory. In this controversial theory, some propose that the certain terrorist attacks on American soil, like the infamous September 11 attacks, were staged or allowed by the US government, justifying military intervention in Afghanistan. In the next video, we will explore 5 more intriguing conspiracy theories. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember that truth is out there